One of the questions that we receive most often is, what is meditation coaching? And it is as it sounds. It's the combination of meditation and coaching. And I'd like to explain a little more about what this entails. But first, I'd like to start with a story of when I first started my own executive coaching business when I was living in Los Angeles. And this is when I had just returned from a big trip where I backpacked through Asia to learn and deepen my practice in yoga and meditation. And I had returned back, went to leadership coaching school at Georgetown, and started a business in executive coaching. Something I noticed right off was actually how stressful it was. For me as a coach, I felt overwhelmed. Oftentimes we would start these sessions out the gate, and the people I worked with were incredibly busy. Their minds were so fast, and it just seems like we didn't have a place to really start the sessions. And it wasn't until some of the clients that knew that I had gone to India and that I had my own practice started asking for stress relief that I began combining meditation together with the coaching sessions. So when it was just straight executive coaching, I often found that our meetings felt more mental, and there was a lot of thinking involved. It felt a bit more strategic. It was, I didn't feel like it was as helpful as it could have been. And sometimes, in some cases, it went off in a lot of different tangents. And in coaching, it's possible to get pretty lost because there's so many different ways that you can go. But when I started facilitating stress relief for clients and starting with just a few minutes of meditation, and what I would do in those few minutes is also, if they wanted and they were really open, began with energy healing along with guided meditation from the beginning. So instead of them coming in and kind of dumping their whole day and everything that they wanted to tell me right from the start, we started in silence. It was just quiet. It was a time to drop all the way in, get connected to the body, feel the body, drop all the noise from the mind, and kind of clear that space. It was like starting from a clean, clear space that's calm and centered. And my clients really appreciated learning meditation. They wanted to learn. And it kind of, for me, I didn't really think about teaching that and combining that with coaching. It wasn't something that really had occurred to me, but I did feel that meditation was much deeper than what coaching alone has to offer. So when we started from that place, I noticed how much more connected our sessions were. My clients were much more in tune. They were in touch with their body. They were more in touch with their feelings and had more self-awareness. So now, instead of just talking off the cuff, they were thoughtful about what they were talking about. And if I was facilitating a deeper meditation for them, in which you combine meditation together with coaching. So when you help facilitate a calm and present inner space for people, and then you ask them those powerful coaching questions that move them forward, that take them inside, it's like instant access to their intuition, their inner wisdom. There isn't a lot of words. It's just very clear and simple. And for me, all the talking and almost this talk therapy, going back and forth and very mental, I don't personally find that effective for moving people forward and for true balance and healing. What I find effective is when people are deeply connected to themselves, they're able to access that knowledge, that insight within themselves. And as a coach, you're guiding them towards that place. You're holding a level of presence. And that's the most important thing, is the presence and attention that you bring to a session. So in meditation coaching, the way we share it in our own trainings is that it's like a meditation in action. So as you are working with someone, you're still self-aware. It's not all about the other person. You have an awareness as a practitioner of your own body, your own center, your own emotions, your own feelings, and all of this information that you experience yourself as a practitioner is also informing and guiding the process together with your client. And that it's so important that you as a practitioner stay connected to your own inner space. You don't lose yourself in your client's story. You don't jump into their problems. You don't absorb their problems. And what I often found when I worked that way, when I was giving all of my attention to them, when I was, trying so hard to be a good coach, just how draining and taxing it was for me after even just one session. I think that there's a way to listen, to give, to provide a space that is rejuvenating, that fills you up. And what I'm seeing now, what I hear now a lot is practitioners suffering from compassion fatigue and burnout. They want to help people, but when they're helping people, they're giving of their own energy. And that's another thing about meditation coaching is that we use energy tools. Energy healing is an extension of meditation practice. It's a natural extension of one's meditation practice, because the more you practice, the more you're in tune with the vibration of health, the more you create that space for other people. So we're not healing, we're not fixing, we're not helping in that way. We're actually just providing a level of space and clarity, openness and curiosity together with our client. So with meditation coaching, there is the teaching and the facilitation of meditation. If you're a meditation coach, you know how to explain the basics of meditation, how to get started, and you also know how to design a meditation practice for someone based on their own individual need. In some programs, they teach sort of a one meditation technique. We share a variety of techniques that are basic and essential, because we understand that people have different constitutions. Some people are really busy and active. Some people are slow and lethargic. Some people are really creative, and other people are more mental. So based on who a person is, or the group that you're working with, the specific demographic, you as a meditation coach are intuitively creating a program, creating and facilitating an experience for people based on where they are and what they truly need. So it's a creative process with meditation coaching. You're getting in tune with your client and you're becoming present to that process. And then it's a combination of coaching. So with coaching, there is the use of space and the use of silence. We don't have to fill up the space. We're aware of the energy and the energy movement, and we work with an intention throughout the time with an individual or group. So keeping in mind that intention, allowing the energy to follow that intention, and then by the end of a session, you might have facilitated meditation along with energy healing, which is just moving out energy. A lot of times people are working with patterns. Some people call it karma. Some people call it unconscious blocks. Some people call it pain body or wounds. These are basic blocks of fear that keep people from moving towards what it is that they really want and what they want to create. So as a coach, you are looking at that with your client. And oftentimes with those patterns, there's energy that's connected to patterns. So for example, even the experience of stress and anxiety, that's an energy. It's a vibration. And when you work with energy, work with healing, you can learn how to clear that energy with people, because everything is energy. Everything has a vibration. And if you can facilitate that process along with meditation and along with coaching, and really guiding the client. So you're holding that space so that the client can come to their own answers, their own next steps. You're not telling your client what to do. You're co-creating with them. It's like being a guide. If you're a mountaineer and you know how to climb mountains, you're climbing that mountain with your client. You're forging that path. You're, providing a space. Maybe you brought the fire and you brought, your headlamp and a machete, and it's like you're right there next to them, helping them forge that inner path for themselves. Oftentimes when somebody is on their spiritual path, and meditation is, I think, the most powerful way to develop yourself inwardly. And when people are on this path and they want to learn how to meditate, they want to create that resource for themselves, how to be calm and centered, peaceful, present, the full expression of who they are, be contained, have their energy, all these things. Meditation ultimately leads us towards liberation. When you're walking somebody alongside that path, a lot of their stuff comes up. So all the darker shadow, you could call it demons, those blocks, those patterns will often come up through that process. And that's why it's so essential to have somebody next to you, like a coach or a guide, to help you move through that so that you don't get stuck in any one pattern and you're not able to really move forward. So a meditation coach understands that as somebody is developing their practice in meditation and they want guidance in their own spiritual practice with a meditation coach. So a meditation coach is consistently sharing the tools of meditation, holding their client accountable to their meditation practice, their personal goals and intentions, their life intentions, and helping their client have clarity around their own vision. It's like we can, live day to day, but what direction are you moving towards? What is it that you want to create in your life? What do you want to contribute? So that's what a meditation coach does. And a meditation coach can work in a variety of ways, from one-on-one clients to groups, retreats, classes. You can work online. You can also work in person with people. There are so many creative ways to create your schedule, your life schedule. This is what I love about meditation coaching, is that I can live anywhere. I can be anywhere. I primarily do most of my work online at the moment. And you can do a lot of fun things with meditation coaching. You can combine them with other self-help or development experiences. So for example, like massage, and you can combine meditation coaching with essential oils or sound healing, with therapy, with leadership coaching. And there's all these ways that you can combine meditation coaching. And that's something that's really important that we teach in the training, is that whatever you love, focus on that. Don't be afraid to bring that. Right now, a lot of people say, oh, but I don't want to weird my clients out. I don't want them to think that I am woo-woo, and then they shut me down and they judge me and they misunderstand what I'm trying to do. I would say that the best gift you have to offer is what you love. It is who you really are. If you love working with essential oils and that brings out the best in you, you will attract the clients that like that too. They'll find you. They won't be weirded out by you. You'll feel free in sharing what really brings you to your highest level. And when you share what brings out your highest level, you help create that space with other people who share that space with you. And what I also love about meditation coaching is that it's so relaxing. It's rejuvenating. It deepens your own spiritual practice. Unlike, I think, traditional forms of coaching and therapy, which I find can be a bit taxing without the energy tools, the intuition tools, the healing tools. Also, the meditation, which is the core part. When you can raise the vibration through meditation from the beginning of a session, whether that's a yoga session, meditation session, group session, and you can kind of get everybody on the same page. You get everybody here and now, present and breathing together. It just drops away all that hard, sticky, chaotic energy, and it's much easier and smoother to work in that space. So I feel that when we're doing our life's work, it's really important that we're energetically supported, whether that is financially, physically, spiritually, all these aspects. It's very important that we're also receiving as a practitioner. And what we teach in meditation coaching is having that balanced awareness between yourself and the whole, continually balancing and keeping a level of awareness, allowing yourself to be in a meditation together with your client, just being present. That's one of the greatest gifts that you can bring. I hope this sheds some light on what meditation coaching is. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them below. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to deepen your practice and become a meditation coach, check out our Liberate Meditation Coach training. Our next one is March 2020. We're already half sold out of the spots, and we would love to host you if you're serious about deepening your own practice and you want to share meditation with others.